Hello everybody, Sylvia Christie here, creator of Christie in the Sky Posse, Numerology and Tarot for Your Soul. Hey, I want to thank you for stopping by today because I would like to talk a little bit about the value of doing a one-card reading. Now, there are a couple of ways you can go about this. You can have an experienced tarot reader such as myself do the reading for you, but to save yourself a few pennies, you can begin to do it yourself. If you have an interest in tarot, this is how I started. Whenever a new question would arise in my life or a new circumstance would present itself, oftentimes I would just go to the deck of tarot cards and shuffle them and pick one and then see what the message was that was coming forward from the card that I picked. And little by little over the years, I became more proficient at reading the cards because of the way I started, picking one card at a time, per question, per circumstance as they arose in life. I can think of two primary benefits of doing this. Of course, the benefits are not limited to the two, but the two that are foremost in my mind are that the cards can present a new perspective for you or a new paradigm. And they can bring forward a message of perhaps how you might want to think about or observe yourself in positioning yourself within this circumstance or this new life question. And I'll give you a recent case and example where I went to the tarot and pulled one card. Actually, it was last Saturday. I had left my dog outside for a little while I ran a short errand. And when I returned, and this is nothing unusual because he's 14 years old, and if he communicates to me that he would like to spend some time outdoors underneath the deck, in the backyard, which is completely fenced in with no escape passageways at all, then that's what I let him do if the weather is appropriate and I'm not going to be gone too long. So I left him. He wanted to be outside under the deck. It was a cool, breezy summer day, and I just went on and performed my errands and came back, and he was gone. Now, he's 14 years old, and he does not jump fences. If he could jump at all, I'd be impressed. Okay. What I observed upon my arrival, in addition to the fact that he was nowhere in the yard and not under the deck, I also observed that the chain that is wrapped around the gate, which is the entryway to the backyard, that had been lowered, and the door had been opened and closed. Opened and closed, but not shut tightly the way I shut it. I also observed that some of his dog fur was caught on the outermost segment of the gateway, which means that he had passed through. But it was very clear that he passed through with human assistance. And there's no way he could have unraveled the chain and then shut the door behind himself. He's not a monkey. He doesn't have bums. So I was very distraught. And to tell you the truth, I was quite emotional. And there are no words to describe the emotional state that I was in because he is my beloved friend of 14 years, and it was clear that he had been kidnapped. I had two neighbors come by and search the yard and the house as well, just to make sure that I was not overlooking anything. And the police came as well, and their assessment and discernment was the same as mine originally. Again, I can't explain how distraught I was that my dog had been kidnapped. You know, there are a lot of discordant people out there who do strange things with animals, and I was very afraid and not feeling quite within my realm of normal calm or power. So I went to the tarot deck and quickly shuffled with this whole situation at the foremost of my mind and pulled the Major Arcana card number 12 from the Doreen Virtue Angel deck of Tarot. And I got this one, which is called Awakening. I hope you can see that. Awakening. And in the original Rider-Waite Tarot, this is the card of the Hanged Man, which means reversal. It doesn't mean that you're actually being hanged or suffocated at the level of the throat. In the original Rider-Waite, that's just the name given to Tarot card number 12 because it reflects reversal. And in the Rider-Waite, there's a picture of a man hanging upside down. Also, the element associated with our Major Arcana 12 card is the aspect of water, which speaks to the element of our emotions. Well, in the Doreen Virtue interpretation of this card, the Archangel Gabriel brings the message, and it says, look at things from a different perspective. A temporary standstill. It's important to be yourself. Well, I didn't quite know how to interpret that immediately, but I went for a short, very short walk up and down the sidewalk in front of my house, pacing somewhat frantically, and then it seemed as though it was time for me to heed the message and at least have a different perspective and go in that possible direction, whatever that new perspective might be. So in the quieting of myself, I heard a voice speak to me in my mind, in the thoughts of my mind, and it said, you really need to get a hold of yourself and go get your dog. And I was like, well, where on earth is he? I mean, Earth is a very large piece of real estate, and so is this town that I live in. Where would I start? Where would I begin? And the voice spoke to me again and said, follow his energy signature. Everything is energy, and there is nowhere where energy is not, the voice said. And in all of God's creation, each energy that has been created has its own unique energy signature. And I was listening. And the voice said, just like snowflakes are each unique in their design and geometry, in the same way that fingerprints are each unique, unlike one to another, so is the energy imprint of all living matter, and all matter is alive with energy. So in the quieting of my mind and in my heart, I connected with the energy of my dog, and I discerned that at that point he was still alive. And I also discerned that the thieves were local and that he was relatively close. So I said to my girlfriend, who came over to kind of help me through this traumatic period, I said, Pam, I'm going to go get my dog. I'm getting in the car right now, and I'm going to get my dog, not knowing how this would happen other than to follow his energy signature. And within 30 minutes, I found him, wandering maybe a mile and a half or two from the house. The thieves had drugged him, and either he escaped from them or he was kicked out by them. I imagine it was the latter, because when they kidnapped him, I don't think they understood how old he was, and I think they just dumped him. But I found him within 30 minutes of having left the house. He was very delirious and confused, but doing much better today. He's still a bit traumatized from the event. But long story short, it was this tarot card, which signifies reversal. And what does it say again? Look at things from a different perspective. A temporary standstill. It's important to be yourself. And I think that last little message was key for me. It was important for me to be centered and balanced in my head, in my mind, in my heart, in my spirit. And it was important for me to tap into my internal GPS, which we all have. I have it, you have it, everybody has it. It's just a question of whether we tap into it or not. So, long story short, the situation has a happy ending. My dog Yoda is back here with me. A little traumatized, but each day he seems to be getting more secure in the surroundings of our backyard again. And that is one way in which a one-card tarot reading can be helpful and of benefit to the seeker who has a question or a circumstance. So I just wanted to share that with you. Also, I would like to offer a one-card reading to you for free if you would be interested. I would be ever so glad as a gift back to the universe for helping me get my dog back, give you a one-card reading for free at no cost to you. So if you have a question or circumstance, just leave me a message in the comment section below, and the best time to contact you by email, that would be good. Or if you want me to call you, I will, however you prefer. And we can do a one-card reading for you and see what the messages are. Okay? Have a great day. Until next time. Bye.